Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure and honor that I received an invitation to share with you today my past experiences and views related to post-secondary education, which most appropriate for me is related to the Kentucky Community and Technical College system. As I started thinking about how I'd share my story and views today, I landed on the concept of past, the present, and the future. Taking a look in the past, it was 1988 as a junior in high school. I elected to spend half of my school day at our local Bowling Green area vocational school, as it was called at that time, to study drafting. I continued this path my senior year and continued on as a full-time student following high school. As a full-time drafting student, I started paying attention to job placement for this particular trade and noticed that graduates were having to accept jobs away from the Bowling Green area. Being raised on a small farm in Warren County, relocating was not an option which I desired. So I chose to make a change in my curriculum, one of the great benefits that the technical college had to offer. I switched over to heating, cooling, and refrigeration program with a concentrated interest in commercial refrigeration. At that time, I graduated the program. I had really no idea the opportunities that lied ahead of me. But one thing I did realize is that the education and training in which I received at the Bowling Green area vocational school had prepared me to be career ready. I was sure my education would enrich the quality of my life, and it proved to enhance my employability as I was employed by Houchins Industries prior to completing the program. Presently, today I look back over my career, beginning as a refrigeration service technician, then becoming a small business owner, to today being Vice President of Stuart Ritchie Construction located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Today, I continue to use my skills learned from Botech School. The commercial refrigeration company which I own still exists as a division of Stuart Ritchie. The drafting skills I learned early on still are being used while designing fire protection systems for our fire protection division. I'm proud and thankful for the education that I received at our local community technical college in Bowling Green, and I consider that being as the foundation which I have built my career on. Over the past 2 years, Stuart Ritchie Construction has experienced great difficulty in hiring workforce for many services we offer. This past year alone, we spent $1.7 million with supplemental labor agencies, nearly 65,000 man-hours, and subcontracted nearly $3 million worth of work to outside subcontractors, all being work that should have been performed in-house, but we were unable to perform due to workforce shortage. Having to supplement such workforce with our labor agencies and subcontractors is very costly to our business. Last year alone, it cost us $750,000 in loss of margin. At Stuart Ritchie, we currently employ a workforce of nearly 300 skilled men and women, all which we are very proud of. We at one time reached an all-time high of about 425 employees. That fact alone demonstrates our dependence on post-secondary institutions such as Kentucky Community and Technical Colleges. We view these institutions as business partners and being the conduit or pipeline to save for educating and preparing men and women that will fuel our workforce future needs. Since 2008, KCTCS has lost nearly $39 million in appropriations from Kentucky legislature. The KCTCS has instituted multiple cost-saving measures, such as elimination of more than 250 staff faculty members last year. Proposed additional cuts would require further reduction and reallocation of additional staff and faculty, programs and services, classroom technology and equipment, professional development, and needs of maintenance of their facilities. So our future is a bit concerning as we continue to see skilled workforce retire with few to replenish. Our post-secondary institutions continue to face the challenge of proposed state appropriation cuts. Kentucky becoming known as one of only a handful of states that has not begun to reinvest in higher education since the end of the recession. At what point in time do we ask ourselves, what message are we sending? Given our current and foreseeable future workforce issues at Stuart Ritchie, we recently decided to hire an in-house workforce development director. Our director has been tasked with developing an in-house training and development plan that will provide career paths for men and women that wish to learn particular skilled trades within our industries. 10 years ago, we would have not been thinking of such position. I will say that we're excited to have made this decision, as we see it being a tool that will make us an employer of choice by offering career paths, opportunity for professional development, and ultimately advancement opportunities for our employees. In closing, being a graduate of the 2014 Leadership Kentucky class, I had the opportunity to travel all across our Commonwealth, learning more about our great state and meeting some of the finest folks you'll ever come across. In our travel, I recognize many resources in which we are blessed. It's my opinion the two greatest assets and resources we have is our educational systems, K through post-secondary, and the citizens of our Commonwealth. It's critical that Kentucky maintains the ability to produce highly skilled workforce needed for all industries to replenish retiring workforce, to compete for new business and industry, and to support the expansion of our existing companies. With all due respect, I ask that state appropriations in regard to education not be reduced, but it be increased. Investment in education is an investment in children, men and women that are enrolled in our learning facilities, and investment in the sustainability of our Kentucky businesses. Thank you and God bless.